Hello one and all, it is I, SirBlack49, and wait a minute, you're not streaming, this is pre-recorded? I mean, what's going on here? I mean, the candles, the music,
The sexy dress? I mean, what's going on here?
but yeah, this is a bit different than what you normally see from me, cause normally, toward the end of the year, I would usually make a Twitter post, saying, how much, what I did for my Twitch channel, and, did my usual, thank yous. But this year, I kind of wanted to go a bit extra for some reason, and because, a lot happened this year, like not just on Twitch, but of course the world. So I kind of felt that doing a video about it was a bit more appropriate, and because I had have a lot to say in terms of what I did this year, that I feel was very said rather than like typed out on the Twitter machine. So yeah, so I guess we can call this. So yeah, basically this acts as a an end of year like wrap, in terms of what I played, what I did to improve the streams, and what I want to do for next year as well. So we can call this like a Twitch wrap 2020. Or if you want to be like on brand for me, we can call it the Twitch wrap 2020 and Knuckles. That's right. We're calling it the Twitch Wrap 2020 and Knuckles. Graphic design is my passion. But anyway, so there's a quick like heads up before I get into this. This is mostly unscripted. Well, actually, this is unscripted. So I'm basically having a list of things on a sticky note that I want to talk about. But I'm basically going to be. But yeah, besides that, this is basically no ramblings. It's basically ramblings, so it's not that much different from like a regular stream, basically. So keep that in mind. And as such, I'll probably be doing a bit of like cutting. Like hard cuts to cut out me like rambling like I usually do, so keep that in mind as well. But yeah, let's just get on right with it, shall we? So first thing I kind of wanted to discuss, or like what I actually like I guess we can go into like the year in general with me. So I did get to play a fair amount of games this year. I don't think I got to play like as many games as like last year, and heck, I didn't get to play as many games that I would have liked to play. But a lot of that has to do with the fact that I just been kind of fatigued. I guess we can kind of start off with with like how the world has been, because you guys already know by now this year like sucked like big time. With the whole like COVID shit, and like even before like COVID like was hit, even like in the early part of the year, like I had some struggles with work and some personal problems, and there's also like a whole week in like March where I was without my PC for a week, and that was torture because the power supply in it for some reason like up and died. So I had to buy a new one, and that wasn't fun. So that was but there's a lot of times like during the year, especially during the summer, where I was just so tired from all the shit happening. I was just kind of like I took a lot of I guess I took a lot of mental health breaks this year. I guess you can say, just kind of have some time to myself, and I think that helped me quite a bit. And I always like feel bad for doing that kind of stuff, but I always maintain the thought that if I'm not having fun with the streams, if not in the mood to stream, then no one has fun, and I I stuck with that even before like this year. That's just my personal motto. But I felt that with how this year has been, I felt that was especially warranted. So that's why there are a few times where I just didn't stream at all. I didn't say anything about it, and I do apologize about that. But y'all have been pretty cool about that, so I do appreciate it. But I have been I've been lucky that I've been able to stream it a bit more, especially now I'll be able to do like 2 days a week a bit more like over the later months. So I'm happy about that. I guess on that note, we can go into actually what I played this year. So the two big projects that I was really happy to have been able to do this year were the finishing of the Sonic Adventure 2 Battle All Emblems run, and the Paper Mario 1000-Year Door run. Now with SA2, I actually began that project way back in like December of 2018, and I stuck with it up until like that summer of 2019, and then I just flat out put it on pause for a while. And then earlier this year, I decided, I think given enough time, I wanted to go back to it. So, yeah, there are some struggles here and there with that, but I'm very happy that I was finally able to take that off my bucket list and be able to finish that. And that was a really fun time. Give me a newfound appreciation for that game, even though I always still love that game. But I respected it a lot more because how much content it had with it. The other big project I was happy to have been able to do was Paper Mario 1000-Year Door, because prior to me playing it with stream, was a game that I had picked up and put down a lot, and I really wanted to play it, and I was really happy to have been able to get past the first part of the game and actually experience what else the game had to offer. And I really had a fun time with it, and I'm glad people had fun time watching me play through it as well. That was a really fun project, and I'm really proud of how that turned out. But those are the two big ones. But besides that, I did do a few smaller games. I did do Mario Sonic Tokyo 2020, the Kirby Stepping Yard. That was a fun one. I did play Wind Waker for a bit before I decided to drop it. I did have my fun with it, don't get me wrong, but after again, it kind of ties back to the whole fatigue thing. There were many weekends during the summer that I wasn't feeling stream, and after a while, with the Zelda game especially, it's kind of I'm kind of lost for where I need to go. I just don't really feel like I just kind of want to move on to something else. So I might bring it back one day, but I wouldn't expect it. But I did have fun with it though. And I also, of course, playing Super Castlevania 4 of Halloween. That was a fun time. Playing Galaxy 1 again. And also another big thing was playing Shadow the Hedgehog. That was something I was adamant on playing this year. Because earlier this year, I think, I found out that not only did the game turn 15 this year, but also it fell on a day I could stream. So I made sure that I was going to stream it that day. Yeah, that was a super fun time, going back to the edgiest game of all time, Shadow the Hedgehog. And, also playing Age of Calamity on stream as well, because that's been a fun time as well. And I think I'm still playing it on stream. By the way, I'm actually recording this a couple weeks in advance. Today is actually the 12th of December as I'm recording this. So I think I'll probably have this out by before the end of the year. I think by the time I have this video up, Shadow should be done. and I think I should be playing Ace Academy still, but Ace Academy still, I think. Maybe. But yeah. Also played a couple, there's also a couple of games I tried out on stream. Like played Final Fantasy VII Remake for my affiliate anniversary. I played Sakura Wars. Played the SpongeBob Rehydrated remake, and as well as Paper Mario Origami King. Those are pretty fun bite-sized streams. So yeah. I do anticipate doing some more like trial streams next year, because there's quite a few games coming out next year that I'm looking forward to. So hope you guys look forward to that. I think that's all I can play. I think that's basically what I played this year. I mean, I did replay Slimania. I did do a late night Sonic 3 playthrough with Sonic 3 Air. But I think that was it. Yeah, again, I didn't get to play a whole lot of games here, but again, how the year's been was my weird ass schedule with work. Can't be helped. But we'll try to we'll see if I can change that next year. But we'll see. All right, so I guess we can go on to what I did to improve my streams. And I guess I can kind of start off with like the big thing that I was able to, do was getting a second monitor. Like, I got a second monitor back in April, and that has been legit life-changing. Like, I love like my setup now, because it made things like super convenient for me. Being able to play a game on like my main screen, like not Steam or like consoles, and have other things like on the other screen, like Discord or Spotify. Like, that's been a huge help, especially with streaming, obviously, because I can have like the game screen on here on my main setup. Have OBS and like Twitch chat on the other screen. Like, that's been a major asset to getting things improved around here. And another thing I actually did, it was a small one, but a very effective one. So I got this cable, which was basically a headphone jack that allowed me to like plug my headphones and then plug it to like two outlets. Basically, one input, two outputs. One I plugged into my computer, and the other I plugged into my monitor, because the monitor I have now has a headphone jack, but also has two HDMI ports. So not only do I have one for my computer, obviously, but I also plug in my my consoles, because I have a little splitter, like a switcher rather. That has all my consoles I use, the Switch, Wii U, PS4, etc. So I'd be able to plug that in, and as well as for streaming, I can use that plug into like the other port, and that also made a huge difference, because I actually managed to get rid of like one of the like biggest like pet peeves I've had, which is like sound bleeding. Because normally, prior to this year, I streamed on my TV, which is like right beside me, and because of that, not only did I was like streamed like at this like angle like all the time, but also you always get like audio from the TV, like even when I have like the TV as low as possible. As long as I can, hear it, because I want to hear the game. You'll still get like that sound bleeding, and that irritates the fuck out of me. But the reason how I came about getting the idea to get the kind of cable was when I was about to do Thousand Year Door. I was initially playing it through Dolphin, because I really wanted to hear like the music in that game, because I've heard a couple of songs from it, and it sounds phenomenal, and I really wanted to listen to it to my headphones. But when Dolphin kept like stuttering for some reason, I couldn't find a fix for it. I looked into like trying to like find a way to like get like find a way to like be able to like listen to my consoles, with my headphones, and that's why I discovered that cord. I plugged it in, and I played all my games like through my monitor here, and it's made a world of difference. Like I was able to play Thousand Year Door through my actual hardware, be able to hear all the sounds in my headphones, so I was able to hear things, also as well as be able to hear like my notifications from my Twitch streams, as well as be able to like when pull up something video to like my computer, be able to play that as well. But yeah, that was a huge like asset for me. It also allowed me to actually face the camera, since I can actually play it on play it like directly in front of me. So that was another big thing. Oh, the one minor thing though is that my second monitor doesn't. I think my second monitor has been kind of picky with component cables, because for those who don't know, I have my Elgato is like an original one, which has like component in, and it's been a bit picky with it. Like sometimes like it just doesn't want to work. I have to like fit around with it a lot to get it to like show up on that screen. I'm not sure just the monitor itself, because I didn't have the problem with my TV, which my TV here is like up there in years. But I have had a couple hurdles with like getting it working on the monitor, and I've got it to work. I don't think I had to cancel the stream because it didn't work, thankfully. But it has been a bit fickle, and I have been like thinking about like either like getting like a HDMI cable for my Wii, or like getting a GameCube and like getting like an HDMI like thing for it. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure, but for right now it still works. I'm probably gonna go with that for right now. But yeah, I'm really happy to be able to make those two improvements. Really helped out the really improved like the channel a lot, and that really got me to like, it's like I actually feel like I'm like getting to like the kind of like production quality that I want. I'm still not quite there yet. I still need better internet. But eventually I do. But I'm getting there. I'm seeing improvements, and that's what I'm really happy about. Also, a couple of things that I also upgraded. Was I also got a new water-cooled CPU fan, as well as a Wi-Fi Bluetooth adapter for my PC, which also helped out a lot. Makes my PC run a lot cooler than my old the stock cooler CPU fan. And I have to thank my good friend Anthony, the Mr. Mallard on Twitch, of helping me get that set up for me. Go follow his Twitch channel, by the way. He's he and I help each other like get to affiliate. So yeah, he's almost to 100 followers. So show his channel some love for me. But yeah, I have to thank him a lot for helping me get like those components installed. And also a couple of minor things. Like I got a new keyboard a few months ago with the clickety clacks, and I really love it. Of course, I mentioned the new emotes that are up on Better Twitch TV, thanks to my good friend, the Argo Ninja. I have this information in my about info on my Twitch page. And also, one thing I did, which I mentioned during one of my Thousand Year Door streams, was I did remove the sub goals and follower goals from my overlay, and I replaced them with my I guess my quote unquote like little logo. You know, I thought, nah, I think I'm done with like the follower goal and circle stuff. Like I've achieved like, you know, so much more than I thought I would already. I think at this point, I think it's time to, you know, move aside that and replace it with, you know, with my MS Paint logo. Although ironically enough, I did make like that logo like in Affinity Photo. Gave a little drop shadow effect to it to make it, you know, a little pop out a little bit. So yeah. As far as, you know, what I could do to try and improve the stream even further, I could try to do like some soundproofing. Like I'm not sure. I know. Like in my room, the acoustics aren't the best. Like I still get a bit of echo here and there. A lot more so if I have my fan running. But I might look into like sound, like, you know, those like what's it called, like those I'm not sure what to call them. Hang on a second, let me look it up. Yeah, soundproofing foam panels, that's what it is. You know, try to spread those out around my room, but I'm not sure that's, you know, plausible given, you know, my room is. I'm not sure how plausible it is, because, you know, I wouldn't say plausible. I'm not sure if that's doable, because, you know, one thing that I really want to try to do next year is, you know, move. Because I just, like, I have long outgrown my room. I've complained about it many times already, but I have so much overflow in my room. It's not even funny anymore. But I guess like once I move out, that would probably be like a thing I would probably do, is like to do some, you know, soundproofing. You know, maybe get some like better lighting. Because fun fact, my room and like I think my room, my parents' bedroom, and the living room do not have ceiling lights, but rather look at like outlets in each room. They like plug like a lamp or something into, and then a light switch like powers it on, depending on like, you know, on and off. You know, obviously on means it has power, off means it doesn't. So that's how that lamp right there is going to power. And I also have like, you know, my desk lamp on my desk for lighting. By the way, that light back there can get brighter if I wanted to, but like for this, it's like good enough. But eventually, I kind of want to, you know, get some, you know, better lighting for the streams. But again, those kind of things are more so like, you know, if I can get the space for them, i.e., if I move. So I wouldn't expect that at the moment, but that's something I'll consider definitely if I get the chance to move out, either on my own or with my parents, one of those two, you know. But yeah. All right. Well, on that note, I think it's time to give you guys a couple of, you know, plans I have for next year. Now I'm not gonna say, you know, everything I have planned, obviously, because I don't want to ruin the surprise. But I do have, like, you know, I always have a list of games that I would like to stream, but I kind of want to, you know, touch on a couple of things that I would love to do next year, or during, you know, either, you know, next year or in the near future. Now, the first thing that I want to do is actually coming up fairly quickly. So February 20th will actually mark my 3rd anniversary of when I first began streaming on Twitch. And that day next year lines on a Saturday, so I was thinking about doing like an anniversary stream for once, like on the day of. Now I'm still not sure about. I'm still kind of trying to decide on what to play for that. As well as deciding how long I want to go for. I'm not sure if I can do like a 12-hour stream. I'm not sure if I have like the mental capacity for that. At the very least, I kind of want to go for at least like 6 hours. Of course, I have to. Of course, that does require for that long. That does require bit of planning. Making sure that I know what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day. Make sure if not busy that day, or I have to make sure I have like that day planned out beforehand. Before deciding how long to stream for. But yeah, that's something I really want to do this year. Is anniversary stream. And again, I'm still trying to decide what to do for it. But yeah, I probably won't do a stream for like affiliate anniversary, because that would be on April 7th, and that falls on, I think it falls on a Tuesday. So that is not feasible this year, at least. But I'd be more than happy if I can get like an anniversary stream out of the done this year. The next thing that I would like to do next year is the Sonic Adventure 1 All Emblems run. I've already did like Sonic Heroes, SA2, and of course SA1 is the next step, right? I'm going backwards with it. I did Heroes first, and then SA2 going back to SA1. It's kind of funny how things work like that. Though I wouldn't expect that until like at the very earliest, probably summer, because I want to put like a good gap between like Shadow and that, because I kind of don't want to like overbook the channel with like one series. I know I kind of, because like right after I got done with Paper Mario, I did Mario Galaxy 1. I kind of want to give like a breather to Sonic for a bit. Even though I'm the Sonic guy, I do want to take a break from it. But yeah, probably like summer is when I would expect it to come out, to get to start that. And I hopefully won't be as painful as SA2. I probably play the PC version with the Dreamcast mod, because that's the best way to play it, in my opinion. So that's something I really hope to do next year. And then the other thing I would love to do is I would love to do a first for me. This would be a first for me, but I would love to do a Pokemon Nuzlocke stream. And I would probably do Heart Gold / Soul Silver. So for those who don't know, the Gen 2 remix, specifically Soul Silver, that was the first mainline Pokemon game that I played. And this next year will mark 10 years since I first played it. I know those remakes turned 10 this year. Wasn't until like the year after when I finally got to play it. And I feel it'd be appropriate to like do like the Gen 2 remakes as one of my very first Nuzlocke run. Although the thought of Nuzlocke admittedly does kind of scare me. But I think it'd be kind of fun to like try something different with Pokemon, because I remember a while ago I tried to do like a regular run of Leaf Green, and I was kind of like, I'm not really feeling it. I feel with like a Nuzlocke run, shake things up. I feel that'd be a lot more interesting to watch, and for me, more interesting to play. Even if it does like kind of scare me, but I would love to do that next year. So, But yeah, those are like the three, big things that I have planned for next year. And obviously I do have a couple of things that a couple of things, couple games next year will also have anniversaries that I do also want to try to get to. And next Halloween, next October, I do want to stick to my tradition of playing a Castlevania game. But I'm not gonna. But that's all I'll say about next year, because again, I don't want to spoil too much stuff. But those are, like, the things that I wanted to touch on. But yeah. But I believe that should cover everything I have to say. So, with that all being said, I guess we get to the gushy stuff now. So I'd like to just give like a big thank you to all the guys who have supported me over the years. Like, it means the world to me. Like, watching the streams, following, subscribing, liking, tweeting my Twitter post, the bits, all of that. Like, it means a lot to me. I've met, a lot of, really cool people, through Twitch, not just on my stream, but on other friends' streams as well. And I'm really happy to have all you guys in my life, because, it's been a rough year, but honestly, I would have to say that this was probably my favorite year of streaming. While it's true that I didn't get to stream like a whole, it's true that I didn't get to stream, all the games I wanted, and I didn't get to stream as much as I wanted. I had a lot more fun this year streaming than I ever had. Not to say I didn't have fun before in previous years, but this year, given like how the world's been, I'm happy that I was able to have so much fun streaming with you guys. It's been a blast. Been a blast. And I'm hoping to make the next year even better, and hopefully next year in general will be less shitty. So here's hoping. But yeah, I think I'm done rambling for today. So with all of that being said, again, thank you very much for watching. Thank you all for the support. As always, I appreciate it. So until next time we meet, my friends, I will catch you later. Peace out.